So to begin with, we are going to discuss about two main things. One is how to choose an IT career. So what are the considerations and how can one choose an IT career? And the second is, does coaching help? So in the olden days, we do not have career coaching, but today it's available. And should one go for career coaching and how? And the third thing we will address is this. So if you are a parent who's wondering about which IT career your child should take, then we'll address that as the third thing in this webinar. Interestingly, as we go along, I'll actually show you some live case studies where people come with some background and they have a question and they do career counseling. So how will career counseling or coaching help, and how we solve the problem of this person? So the case study will allow you to see the full picture and how really coaching can go in depth and clear doubts, clarify issues at hand and stuff like that. So let's get started there. So these are two things that we will look at. Now, before we get started, let's look at what are the in-demand IT careers. So these are the ones that are in-demand IT careers. And as you can see, you have Java or .NET developer, which are very hot career path nowadays. And everybody is building web applications and they use Java or .NET to build. So then you also have mobile application developer. So with the number of apps on the mobile devices exploding, this is a very hot career choice. Then you have data scientist. So with so much of data available about individuals, companies, products, there is a lot of data analysis to be done, and from there businesses can decide what they can do to increase their sales and profit margins. Then you have UI developers or user interface developers, which is also nowadays called as UX. Then you have things like database administrator. So you store all your data in database, and then database administrator is a guy who takes care of this database. You have system analysts, IT project managers, network architects, and many more. So with so many in-demand IT careers, the question then is, what is required to get a job into one of these careers, or what are the skills required? How does one prepare for these skills? How does one know what is it that is best for him? What career path will be best for him or her in the long run? And then the next question comes, what about these careers that we have been hearing all the time? IT helpdesk technician, network administrator, graphics designer, health information technician, AutoCAD drafter, software engineer, computer hardware engineers. So are these even valid today? Will I get a good salary if I do any of these? Will I have a salary increase? Is there even a career path to some of them? And even if you look at some of the in-demand IT careers, if today I am already working for 3 years into certain technology, will I be able to convert my career into a mobile application developer, for example? Or if today I am a database administrator, but I do not see much growth on this path, or I do not like this work, I ended up doing this, but now I want to do something else, which is the next one that I should choose? Or if I'm somebody who's starting off and it's my first job and I'm just a graduate, or I'm a college student who's looking at choosing the right subjects for my semesters, what is it that I should choose? So with all of these questions in mind, you then understand that if you have a guide who already knows answers to this, who is able to map what career is suitable to your personality, to your liking, to your interest, who can understand you and match you to the right career, and then plot a path of how you will grow into this career, that is awesome. For example, in the past, we used to conduct marriages, and we did not have marriage planners. So the members of the family are the ones who actually prepare for everything, purchase everything, book marriage halls or hotels, and take care of the entire proceeding of the marriage. But today you have marriage consultants, and we all use them. Today you have matchmaking consultants, we all use them. Today you have job consultants, we all use them. And the value add we get here is these guys know what is best for us, how can we get the cheapest, quickest, and we don't waste time, energy and money trying to figure out things, and we focus on what is more important to us, is to get the right job, to get the right client, to get the right match for me, to get the right life partner, and stuff like that. So with this we come to our next section, where how to choose an IT career and how can a career coach help. Now before we even look at this, we need to understand where are we standing right now. So where are you standing right now? So are you in pre-career, where you are a college student or just have finished your O-level, A-levels, and you're looking at what career path you should choose into IT or even non-IT? Are you in mid-career, somebody who's 4 to 6 years experienced and now is stuck in the line of his career where he doesn't know where to go next? Or you are somebody who is whatever number of years already working and you clearly know that you need a career change. So once you know where you are, then you can from there see what is the next step for my career, and to get that idea very clear, you can get some advice on your next career change that you are looking at. So pre-career is the most confusing. Why is that? Because parents say you should become a doctor. I mean, they've been telling this for the last 5 years. Whereas my relatives, everybody is an engineer. The buzzword nowadays is do an MBA. And my friend says, come on, join me for commerce, and we'll have a cool life. So you have all these different type of people around you who are trying to propose to you or what will be a good career path for you. And you are standing there absolutely clueless about your own interests and what should you choose and why. So this is pre-career. Now sometimes pre-career is super confusing. Let's see how. So in this kind of scenario where your mom wants you to be a doctor and your dad wants you to be an engineer, and your brother is already a pilot, and you are supposed to look at should you follow your brother and stuff like this. You are interested in humanities, but people are suggesting maths or science for you, and then you end up in a state where you say, I'm totally confused and I really need help. And as you see, your near and dear ones are actually pre-decided about what you should do, so they are not able to help you. So that is pre-career. Next comes mid-career and changing your career. So this is where you feel terribly stuck. Now believe me, I have been there. I have actually been stuck a few times in my last 18 years of career when I was working with corporates, and you really are dressing up every day, going into office, you don't feel like going, you just do the work. You're actually working for the check, the paycheck. You're actually working for the dollar, the money, and you know that this is not something you want to pursue or continue. But then there are a lot of other parameters. Probably you have a family, you have kids, you have commitments on your head, you have parents to support too, and then that's not easy to leave your job. If you now look at a career change, this means you have to get out of your comfort zone, learn a lot of new stuff, spend money on courses, get some career coaching or analyze, and then you have this fear factor. What if I chose the wrong career? What if I thought this is good, but it does not work out? And later I can't come back. There's no U-turn. What happens to my family? What happens to my commitments? And this becomes a vicious cycle that you continue to be stuck where you are. And this is very common for those who are in mid-career or who are looking for a career change. That means I have people I've worked with who graduated into pharmacy, and then they figured out that that's not what they're really interested in, and then they wanted to change to IT, so they came to me and we worked. So yeah, things like that. So this is where we welcome career coaching, where we say let's change your current career to your dream career. So when you work with a career coach like myself, your career is my goal, is the goal of the coach, and he helps you to take charge of your career and your life and put it onto the track that you desire it to. He acts as the guide and the push that you really need to move ahead. So let us see what is career coaching then. The bottom line question is, do you want to be transformed into a new person with a career of your choice? Now, of course, the obvious answer to this is yes. It's a resounding yes. But what is it that is standing in our path then? Why are we not able to change our career or move into what we would like to? Now, Chris Crosser very well said this. Opportunities don't happen. You have to create them. So you have to diligently work towards creating an opportunity that you desire and that will land you to where you desire to be. Unless you don't create the opportunity or you don't learn how to capture an opportunity even when it is in front of you, then it's going to pass away. Then you're not going to get it. So you definitely have to do something about it. Sitting on it, thinking about it, chatting about it is not going to help. You have to take charge and have to do something about it. And you have to have this sense of urgency which tells you that, boss, I'm not going to waste my life, my years, all the effort that I have taken just because I can't move from here, because I have decided that I won't spend any money to change. I won't spend any time to learn new things. Because in today's economy, your job is literally temporary. Companies are moving entire departments between countries. We all know that. Companies are firing thousands of people just because one guy decides that we are not going to do this research anymore, or we are not going to continue this project anymore. So, with such a dynamic market, if you are not quick to take advantage of what new technology comes in, new fad comes in, new requirements comes in, learn new stuff, move ahead, or you're not confident about yourself, then how is the world going to be confident about you? You are the guy who has to make the world feel confident of you so that they give you the money, give you the career choices that you want and you wish. Arthur Golden put it clearly to say, a mind troubled by doubt cannot focus on the course to victory. And this is absolutely true. This is where a coach comes in. When you actually like football, love football, spend 10 years on the football field, why is it that you need a football coach? That's because the precision and speed and timing required by the game, whatever sport it may be, is what the coach focuses on. Your weakness is what the coach focuses on. Your weakness is where the world is going to hit you. Your weakness is what you are struggling against. If your weakness is reaching office late, then you're going to be late, forever late. If your weakness is not liking to learn new things, then that will become the biggest hurdle of your path. Now, a coach does not have any attachment to your career. His only attachment is that he should land you where you desire to be. So your mind is troubled in this case and you have a lot of doubt. And with this, you cannot focus or plan the course of victory. And this explains why we need a career coach. So a career coach works with you to create greater opportunities for you, build confidence, and an action plan that delivers the results that you are looking for. Now, as I had promised, I'll actually go through some real life case studies with you to show you how a career coach's knowledge can be extremely useful. So, we start with a case study one. Rita wants to make a career as a network administrator in IT, and here are the questions she has. So, what knowledge should she have? Is this a right career choice? Everybody told her to do CCNA certification. So see that when you actually make a career choice, you have to put in a lot of time. One puts in a lot of time and effort, and even spends the money to learn the new skill set required, take the effort, and do all the hard work. And imagine if this turns out to be a wrong career choice. So what do I mean by a wrong career choice? So I mean you picked up a career choice in PHP, let's say. So PHP is great, people might tell you, but what's the future of PHP? I'll tell you nothing. Okay, so PHP is good as a language. It has great capabilities. There are many beautiful products built in it. But how many employers in any country of the world in IT want a PHP developer? What is the requirement of PHP versus the number of people available? Is there a shortage of good PHP people? How many new projects out of 10 will be done in PHP versus Java? So we can say we'll have 6 or 7 out of 10 done in Java and maybe none in PHP, or maybe one, right? And there are reasons for that. So the amount of effort you put, the money you spend in learning Java and PHP is almost similar, because both are different languages, both take time to learn, both take time to master. But a wrong career choice will end you into a technology that may not be, it may be fantastic, but it may not be in demand with the employers, and then you can't expect a decent salary, because definitely Java guys are paid higher than PHP developers. So in that sense, you shouldn't learn PHP, you should learn Java instead, right? So the wrong choice or a mistake in choosing the career just to save a little bit of money, or unawareness of, oh, there's a coach for IT, so I can check with him. Many people are unaware of this. So can cost you a lot in the long run. Next, for Rita, can she get a job after her certification? Now, passing certification is no joke in IT. Okay, you have to really work pretty hard, and then after that, if your effort is wasted, that's quite bad, right? And then finally, is network administrator a great IT career? So let's solve this for Rita, right? So here is the answer. A career as a network administrator is a very good choice, okay, for IT, because all the computer data centers need network. All of them need network to survive, right? Including our Wi-Fi for mobiles is also a network, right? So anybody with good networking knowledge is in huge demand. But however, CCNA is just step one. So with CCNA, Rita will not be placed in the most idealistic situation. Secondly, how many CCNA are there on the street? How many people are already certified with CCNA on the street? Many. Hundreds of thousands. Why is it that all of them cannot make a great career as a network administrator? That the answer is that the number of jobs in network administrator are much lesser than the number of jobs as a Java developer. So the world needs a lot more developers compared to network administrators. So if we choose network administrator as a choice, we then have to look at other parameters so that we don't need to deviate from this choice. We have to then go all the way and become a network architect and a network manager to survive the race. And then there are methods to then beat every other CCNA on the street, right? So that's how we answer the case for Rita that yes, she can choose this as a good career choice, particularly if she's a person who doesn't like programming, then developer is not a choice for her. But then she will need to know the full career plan, the steps she need to do that will take her to the great career that she's looking at, right? Otherwise, she might end up average and she might also end up not even finding a job in the first place, right? So that's the answer for Rita. So this is how we look at what you want, and in coaching, we answer in full detail, in full depth, with full explanation of why things are the way they are and what you need to do to get your dream career. There are two parts of career coaching. Let's see what are they. Part A is knowing yourself. So when you typically go to a career coach or a career coaching program, they basically do some assessments with you and find out what are your talents, abilities, and what is your true potential. Now you'll be surprised, but I'm completely not surprised because I have met so many people with this problem. You'll be surprised that there are people who are 50-year old, 60-year-old, and they still do not know what they want. They still do not know what is their calling, what excites them, what is their passion. They have no idea. Then there is another half the population who precisely knows what they like, what they love, but they are not able to move into doing that full time and earn money from it. Let's get this straight. We got to earn money from our passion. Now, coaching is my passion. I love to work with people. I love to guide people. I love to grow them. When they win, I feel I won. So, because I love this, I have to be able to make money from this so that I can continue doing what I love and making a difference to the world and myself. So, if you cannot create value and money and revenue and an income from what you like and love, then you're never going to be able to work on it, right? So step one is we have to be more self-aware. So we need to know what we like, what we don't like, and this is where the coach actually helps us. There's a process that he goes through where he finds out. Now experienced coaches, they can even find out a lot of things just by talking to you. So I find out a lot of things about my students just in the first two sessions, and I pretty well know them. So coaches are trained for all this, right? So once you are self-aware, part B is where you say, I know my talents, I know my weaknesses, I know how I'm going to use them, I am prepared, and get set go, right? So you will then sit down with your career coach and define your career goals. This is typically what we do in the third session, where you define your career goals. We manage your career according to an effective action plan, and we deal with your emotional side in your professional life. Now, I have known so many people whose emotional side is the struggle they are going through. It's not allowing them to focus on their growth. It is making them feel stuck in what they are doing. It is basically in their way. So once you learn how to get control of your emotional side and what do you do to do that, then you can progress in your professional life. Then you can boost your confidence. And once you are confident, you have control of yourself, your emotional self, you have control of your professional self, then you can actually now put your finger on the pulse of job market and say, hey, what job matches what I'm good at, and how can I get top dollar to do that job? Which country should I work in where I can get the best value for my services? How do I go to that country? So you start thinking and working on these factors. Once you are done with the two parts of career coaching. So why hire a coach is a very common question. It's if you go and tell someone I'm going to hire a career coach, they'll say, are you nuts? Are you crazy? I mean, don't you know what's in demand? Don't you know that you can learn on your own? Why do you need to pay somebody money to do it, right? And listen to somebody. So This is how success happens. You need a vision. Now, big companies, multinationals, all work based on these 4 steps to achieve success. So it starts with vision, having a large enough vision. On your vision, you can see, you can visualize what is going to work for the next 10 years, 20 years. Today I learn a given skill set. What if this skill set is out of market, out of demand after 5 years? All my effort, money, time I spent in working the skill set is completely wasted. So you need vision to see long term, to see short term. And then you need a mission to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You need a strategy to say how I'm going to approach step by step to get my first job, grow into that job, get my second job, grow my salary, get my third job, go into MNC. What kind of MNC? And then you have a plan, which is a 10-year plan, where you say, okay, in next 10 years, in next 5 years, this is where I will reach, and then I am successful. I got the money I wanted, I got the career I wanted. And I personally have lived my own life with these 4 steps. There's a lot of strategy. I have achieved almost everything that I wanted in my career, grew to the career paths, did wide shifts in my career just because I wanted to learn new things. New ideas is what come to your mind, but you're not able to materialize them because you need the environment, you need the job setup, you need to be in that job to understand that. So for example, I switched from IT to sales in my career, and I wanted to learn how to do sales. How do you do marketing? How do you grow a company? How do you bring revenue? And for this, you need to switch to a sales job. So you can't be a Unix administrator and then learn sales, right? So I have been able to switch my career to multiple skill sets and even come back to whatever I love to do the most when I desire to. So this is what happens when you hire a coach. He's the guy who has the vision. He works on your mission. He shows you the strategy, and he gets you to work on the plan, kicks you every week of your life until you achieve the plan and you get success. So this is why we hire a coach. Okay, so this brings us to our second case study. As promised, we will actually look at some real life cases to see how in coaching we answer this kind of situations. So Nathan wants to make a career as a Java or Android developer in IT. So here itself you can see the confusion. He is confused whether Java is better choice or should I learn Android developer and become developer for mobile apps, and that is a better platform. So again, what knowledge should he have? So what are the things that he needs to learn to become a Java or Android developer? Is this the right career choice, and which one? Everybody told him to learn Java, but unclear what in Java. So you see, Java is very vast. Java is an ocean. So there are many frameworks in Java. So you have Java, then you have J2E. So you start with core Java, then go into J2E. After that, you have many other frameworks like Spring. You have Hibernate. You have Dojo. You have other funny things like Jython, Kava, and then you get confused. What are these? Are these brothers and sisters of Java? Is it even necessary to learn? Do I need to know JavaScript? Is JavaScript in any way related to Java in the first place? And people keep popping up new names all the time. So this is where we need to know precisely what should I learn in Java, which framework should I pick up that are in hot demand and the employers want it, and what is the quickest way to learn these. And after learning this, what's the next step I should do to ensure that I'm successful on the job? Because you see, getting the job is only step one. The next step is to be successful on that job then. So friends told Nathan to do certification. Can he get a job after his certification? In Java, you have multiple certifications. Which is the one he should do? Is Java developer a better IT career or Android developer? Which one should he pursue for the long run? So in the long run, will Java be more valid or will Android be more valid? So let's solve the situation for Nathan and release his confusion. So when this kind of case comes in coaching, this is how we approach it. So both are extremely good career paths, Java as well as Android. Both are fantastic. Both have a good, decent future. and then we look at them one by one. So we say, when you actually develop applications in Java today, you will develop web applications. So things like Gmail, things like any kind of web applications that you are already using. So we're using so many different websites that we use every day to buy products or do other type of transactions. So for example, Flipkart, right? In India we buy a lot of things on Flipkart. So in other countries you have Lazada, you have Q10. So these kind of portals is what you build in Java. Now when you build applications in Android, that's for a given platform. So Android is largely used by many different mobiles, but popularly we know Samsung. Then you also have iOS development, which is for the Apple iPhone. So here you are actually building applications of two types. One, it's a game. So games are one of the hottest things on mobile devices. And second, it's some application that will actually give you functionality. So it can be something like a web application that you build in Java, which has a back end, front end, where you have a banking application, so you can log into your bank, you can see balances, you can transfer to other people. So where you need to connect to the server, so we call it back end, right? And then you can have standalone applications, which is things like Notepad, things like Scriptly, things like editing or touch up of your pictures. So these are the things that you'll be building in. Now, what kind of guy are you? So are you a very creative brain who can then think of situations? Then you should go into creating games because you are very, very creative. You love colors, you can think of better colors, you can think of the stage as they call it, and you can then design and develop good games. You can think of sequences. Or your brain is the other type where you say, I am a Java developer or I am a web application developer, where you tell me what to do and I know how to use Java then to go and create it, or I know how to use .NET to go and create it. So I can put together some web pages, I can put buttons, I can have drop downs, I can have certain effects come in, but it is completely different type of thinking than when you program a game. Can you see it? Yeah. So when you program a game, it's extremely different, right? Secondly, what is the future? So Java is a free language. You need to pay nobody, a company needs to pay nobody to use Java. Whereas the platforms Android, the platforms iOS, these are not free, neither are their markets free. So if you look at Android, so Android is based on Java again. So in that sense, if you learn Java, or if you want to become an Android developer, learning Java is a first step, in fact. So you need to know Java before you can become an Android developer, right? So there are so many different considerations here that we say that you can either be an Android developer or a Java developer. In both cases, your step 1 of learning Core Java J2E is same. Your step 2 of learning how to build a web application for Java is also same. However, when you are learning Java Advanced, you will learn Spring and Hibernate. But if you are learning Java Advanced in Android, then you will not learn Spring Hibernate. You will learn other stuff. You will learn the Android platform, because you need to create a banking application in that platform. And now if you diverge from there to create a game, then we don't talk about Java, because then now it can be different languages, different software again, right? So step by step, we know the first step is very clear. The first step definitely is to learn Core Java extremely well, J2E extremely well, building basic web applications extremely well. And then when it comes to the advanced part of learning web applications, now this is where you have different paths and you choose based on what you want to go into, right? Come to certification. So all certification are good. Employers like them. However, for Java, the first certification is OCJP. Sorry, Associate. And then the second one is OCJP, where you are a programmer, a Java programmer. So doing the first two levels of certifications is a much, much better choice than just doing the level one, right? So these kind of things is what we look at into coaching, and then we work with the coach step by step, achieve the first step, go to the second step, then achieve the second step, then go to the third step, and that's how we go, right? Now let's address the last part, right, which is which one should I pursue for the long run? So Java is here to stay, we know that. Is Android here to stay? So your answer ringing in your brain must be a loud resounding yes, right? But here's my question to you. With things like Google Glass coming up, where you put on a glass and you are into the world of virtual reality, today this is already a reality. It's already available in the markets, although it has not come to India, but it soon will, this year. So wearable technology is a new career field that is developing. Cloud technology is a new career field that is developing. So will it be better to start into wearable technology than starting into Android? Because Android is a 7-year-old game now, right? The mobile devices may not even be required when you have things like Google Glass in the mainstream. So it is quite possible that the entire Android market will go out of business, bust, or shrink in size largely once you have wearable technology available. So this is how we look at for the next 20 years. If I'm a Java web developer, for sure I have a job, for sure I have a career. Whereas if I'm an Android developer, today I am a hot cake. There is a huge demand worldwide. But what about after 5 years? Because the amount of effort you'll put in learning all this is the same whether you learn Android or you learn a full stack Java web developer. So this is how we attack problems. And then I know that right now in this case study we are not coming at specific answers, but in our coaching sessions we for sure come into specific answers, actionable items for you to move. But of course the actionable item or the specific answer will change person to person based on his existing situation, his existing scenario, his background, what he has learned, what he has been working in, and many other factors, right? So there's our case study 2. Here is a testimonial from one of my students, one of my clients, Radhika Mathur, and you can hear how hiring a career coach and working on her career changed her life. That's Radhika.
Hi, I'm Radhika. I was a fresh grad when I met Raj, and I think I met him too late in life. I should have met him when I was in college, my early years, and I would have got fantastic guidance, which was much needed at that time. All I knew in life is I wanted to make a career in IT. I'm an Indian and I have completed a computer science degree from University of New South Wales in Australia. I met Raj through one of his ads and I booked a session to meet him since I was in Singapore. Raj is God in IT and he quickly showed me what I should do next. He could see through my capabilities and my career path from start to finish. I was overwhelmed because after he planned for me, he asked me to start tomorrow on the plan. I wasn't prepared, but seeing my goal in front of me, I agreed to work with him. That was 2012. Fast forward 4 years, and here I am in my dream job, dream career, in a much, much better position than I ever imagined. I couldn't have designed this myself. I thank God that I saw his ad and responded to it. It changed my life completely. I am so confident and clear on my career goals today that I find people more experienced than me but less confident than me. I have convinced my parents to let me decide my career path and I walk proud of my achievements. Thanks a million to Raj for all his guidance over the years. He made it simple, clear, and specific, step by step for me to follow. He can work with people of any age group, as I see him guiding from 20-year-olds to 60-year-olds in business. It's definitely amazing. I encourage everyone to connect with him quickly with confidence and get started on their journey today.
Okay, great. So you heard Radhika, and then these are some of my other success stories. So that's Amit and Dinesh and Jayati, Saleh, and many others. So I'm so fortunate that I got chance to work with these people, help them grow into their dream career, and today all of them are placed on the jobs that they wanted. They are into the careers that they wanted, and I find all of this so fulfilling that when you're able to make a difference to someone's life, a big difference, and you are the bridge to carry the person from where he is now to where he wants to go. So similarly, more success stories. So these are more people, and then there are like this. I have many people. Uh, like I said, I'm very fortunate. I have hundreds of people that I've got the opportunity to help, and this is how I discovered that I enjoy doing this. I enjoy working with people. I feel extremely happy to have made difference to some people's life through my experience, knowledge, and that is how I decided to become a full-time career coach. So now that you have seen this, allow me to create your success story too. If you work with me, I promise that we together will reach where you aim to reach. If you have confusions, especially for IT careers, especially for business coaching, where people are looking at, if you're looking at non-IT and you say that I want to make my career in online marketing, for example, or in as an MBA or business management, what is it that I should specialize? Because every other person on the street is an MBA. Every other person on the street is also in IT. So how do I differentiate myself? How do I make myself so special in terms of knowledge, in terms of my approach, my attitude, that an employer wants me and the world wants me, and I have this value and self-esteem of my own, that the whole living becomes sense. So let us see, what does it need to scale heights successfully? Now I have mapped out 10 clear steps, just 10 steps for you to reach from where you are now to where you want to be. And even these 10 steps you will be able to do without me or anybody. But it's a lot of hard work. There may be many failures on the way. It may take very long. You might get misguided because we have so much information around us nowadays that to get misguided is very easy. So this is where we need a coach. Now we are going to see the 10 steps to success. So here they are. Learn critical skills required in today's work environment. So what we mean here is that we can't just be average. We can't just say, yeah, I know this 50-50. I can learn this if required. So those days are gone, right? The world is moving very fast. We expect a lot from technology. We expect a lot from companies, businesses. We expect customer service. We expect products to work. We expect mobile phones and internet to be blazing fast. So we are the ones, when we are customer, we expect all of this. So when you are the person who is delivering all this value, then in the first place, you should have critical skills required in today's work environment to be successful. So of course, these skills can be learned. But like I said, you need somebody to even tell you what are those skills. Because in your college, nobody talked about critical skills required in work environment. When you actually join a job, nobody tells you, the HR doesn't tells you, or your manager or boss doesn't tells you, and your colleague is least bothered to tell you what you need to become successful on this job. What do you need to achieve? What is this company looking for? What are the resources they are lacking? what are the things that are very important in this company that will help grow the company and hence grow you. So there should be somebody who has already gone through all of this and he can tell you. So that's the role of the coach, right? So next is build confidence and define your value proposition. Now here is why most people cannot get the salary that they want. They cannot define how valuable they are to the world. They know that they are valuable, but they do not know how to put it forward, how to frame it, how to present it, right? And how to gather proof that automatically shows people that you are valuable and you deserve more. And when you can't do that, the world doesn't give you what you deserve. So when you do not get what you deserve, then your confidence goes low. So this is where we talk about build your confidence and define your value proposition. So I definitely help people doing this because this is a foundational, fundamental step, very, very important, right? Then comes your resume. Build a powerful and relevant resume. Now, why is it that I put critical skills first, confidence next, and CV as step 3? CV should be step 1, right? You build your CV, you send this out to people, people call you for interviews, then you get a job, and then we talk about your skill set and all, right? Wrong, my friend. That's completely wrong. If you do not even have the skills, why are you standing in the queue to get a job? Aren't you stupid? It's completely stupid, right? To go and stand in a queue of buying something when you don't even have the money. So you do not have resources and knowledge, and you stand in the queue and expect somebody to give you a job. For what? So skills is number 1. You do not have skills, just shut up, sit at home 15 days, 1 month, 45 days. Build the skill required for the job that you're looking for first. Next, why does confidence building comes before writing a CV? Because if you are not in the state of mind where you do not understand your own value, you do not have your own self-confidence high, your self-esteem is low, what kind of CV do you think you're going to write? What do you think you're going to write in that CV that will wow somebody who's reading it? So you have to be very confident of yourself, quite up in your spirits first. Understand your own value proposition, and then you need to define, put forward that value proposition in your CV for the prospective employer to see, isn't it? So that is why CV is number 3. So now I think you get it, right? You're getting how we are arriving at it, right? Number 4, we make informed decisions about the evolution of your career. So this is a long-term thing where you actually, when I say informed decisions, right? So we don't make decisions. When you make decisions because your friend said something, you read something somewhere, a news came in television, whatever else, right? That's not an informed decision. Okay, that's a crazy decision. That's a misinformed decision. That's a epic decision you took because of some emotion created temporarily by some fact. Okay, informed decision is a decision that drives you towards your goal, and you are planning that decision based on facts, based on your values, your fundamentals. And then when you reach the outcome, you reach the goal, you're very happy, you're satisfied. It's like somebody who wants to earn a lot of money and he does all kind of wrong things to earn that money, and he even knows that he's doing wrong things. It is against his own values, but he decides to do that just to earn the money. At the end of the day, when he actually has earned the money, he's not happy. So why is he not happy? He has the money now, he attained his goal, but how did he attain his goal? He has people who are cursing him, not blessing him. He has memories of snatching away opportunities and things from people that he's not supposed to snatch away. He has done wrongdoings that haunt him. He can't sleep. So what is the point of achieving a goal in this fashion, right? So when we make informed decisions, our career evolves. So we plan it and it evolves. Next, we set goals and build a roadmap to your destination. Next, extremely important, build connections. So what do I mean here? You may say, hey Raj, look, I'm a college grad, and I hardly know anybody, and I just know my friends who studied with me. So it's useless. These connections are useless, right? How can I actually go and make connections? So when I coach people, right, I give them something like a cookbook, right? Even if you're a college grad, you can build a lot of connections. You just need to know how. So somebody has to make you aware, and once you are more aware that, oh, this is how I do it, right, then you consciously do the right things and build your network. In today's world, if you do not have a network, you have nothing. Okay, you may have a lot of money, but you don't have network, that money may not stay with you, and then your net worth goes down. So your network is your net worth. Okay, that's the economy that we are in. That's the era and age that we are in. So connections and your network is everything. With the right network, even without the knowledge, even without knowing what you're going into, right, you will get into the right things. If you get into the wrong things, because you have a strong network, it is very easy to then switch to something else, right? So although you'll have bad experiences on the way, so building your connections. So this is another thing that is important that you need to do. And whether you do it alone, you know how to do it, go ahead and start doing it right away, right? If you do not know, in my coaching, this is one of the things that we actually work on, right? So I'll work with you to share with you and tell you how to build connections. Next, gain lifelong career skills. So what is this? So let's say I'm saying that I want to be a Java developer in IT. So then is that called lifelong career skill? So it's not. Okay, how to pass an interview, how to write a CV, how to write emails, so email etiquettes, how to present yourself in front of people, how to attend meetings, how to create meeting minutes, how to make presentations. All of these are lifelong career skills. Did I say Java? No, right? So Java is out, okay? So Java is the foundation. You do not have Java, you're out. You can't even be a Java developer, right? Just stand out of the queue. But Java alone will not take you on the growth path that you're looking at. So we have a set of lifelong career skills, and because all of us have certain weaknesses, we need to know what they are. So a career coach helps you understand your weaknesses. We hide our weaknesses, work on them secretly, privately, to try to improve what we can. If somebody tells you you are able to 100% work on all your weaknesses and solve them, he is outright lying to you. That's rubbish. Okay, nobody can actually correct all his weaknesses. So some weaknesses will remain with us lifelong. We need to find which one are those, right? So for example, what is it for me, right? So I can't remember names. So I can't remember names has been a weakness when I was 18, and when I'm 60, this will still be a weakness, right? So even though I know what it is, I clearly know this is one weakness that will remain. So we don't get into why, okay? But that's for me, right? So like that for you, likewise for you, right? So we need to know what are the weaknesses that we can work on, improve on, what are the ones that we can't, and we hide all of them while we are secretly working to improve on the ones that we can. And then our strengths, once we know what are our strengths, we magnify our strengths by 1,000, by a factor of 1,000, and show the world. Now that's what we call presenting ourselves, right? And then the world believes what they see. The world believes what you make them believe, and then they give you the opportunities that you want. Now if you feel that this is lying, I'm magnifying by 1,000, right? I'm hiding stuff, right? So who isn't? Who isn't? Everybody is hiding their weaknesses. You think all successful people do not have weaknesses? You think all successful people have nothing wrong in their life? So that's not true, okay? All humans will have weaknesses. What we are doing here is not lying. What we are doing here is try to understand this. You want a job, you want a career, you want to get paid a given amount of money for a given career, you want growth, and you do not want all this to be hampered by your weaknesses, by what people think are your weaknesses, right? So while you want all these things, as long as you are committed to deliver, as long as you are so sure about yourself, your confidence is so high that yes, I can deliver, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you put it, it's presentation, right? So as long as you present it correctly and you deliver the job and you get the money and the career that you're looking for, the rest is history. Nobody cares. Next, launch a career in a new field. So this is where this is relevant for people who are stuck. So who say that, I am actually currently stuck in my career. So there we say, you want to launch a career in a new field, you need to know a lot of things, right? What is the new field? How is it valid for you? Does it work with your weaknesses and strengths? Does it align with your values? Is it going to remain in business for next 10 years? So then you go and decide on launching a new field, your career in new field, right? So this is one of the topics that we can work on in career coaching. Next, prepare for interviews with an experienced recruiter. So usually career coaches are people who are very, very experienced in recruitment, including myself, and you prepare for interviews. So now you tell me, I'm buying a couple of sessions with a career coach, and then how is he going to work with me for all of these? So basically, there are things that are more important and there are things that are less important. So in the first few sessions with any career coach, you actually work on the more important things, get your burning problem solved, get onto the path of progress, start moving, and then you take a decision to say, okay, I understand all these parameters that I need to work on, but I'll work on these after 6 months from now. I'll work on these next year, maybe, right? And then you go into that. That is why career coaching or coaching in general is not a one-off thing. It's not something that I sit with somebody for 2 hours, I understand things, and I'm done. Don't need to meet this person again. Usually, over the period of 2, 3, 4 years, you work with this person and grow and evolve. And whenever you need him, you catch him. Whenever you don't need him, you don't catch him. So you can be not connected for about 5 months even, and then you go into one session to check certain things. So all of that is possible, right? Finally is the 10th one, which is help craft your story to land your dream job. So you really need a story. So once you have an awesome story, that is where you present yourself, and the person who is going to offer you a job or is going to work with you gets complete confidence that, yeah, you are the right guy, and he should quickly decide to go with you because there are not so many right guys available in the market, and he may lose you. And you drive in fear and get the job even quicker than possible and get the money that you wanted. Right? So these are the 10 steps that we saw to success. A career coach helps you achieve these, definitely, right? Okay, so now let's understand a bit about myself quickly. So what do I do? So that's me. I run a computer training company in Singapore called Core Infotech Training Center, or Core Infotech Private Limited, for the last 12-14 years. So I started in 2004, so now it's 2017. So you do the maths. So this is where I'm running 3 businesses in Singapore, pretty established. I'm a Singapore citizen, and if you feel that, is this career coach even going to last? Is he going to run away with my money? What if I'm not happy, right? So I'm going to answer all those questions, but rest assured that this is not my only bread and butter, and this is definitely not my bread and butter. So I'm pretty settled, thanks to God, and I provide career coaching to individuals at all levels. Those who are beginners, those who are just starting off, those who are actually experienced, and even to certain kind of senior management who are actually senior management, but they want to change course, right? Then I provide coaching to businesses where there are businesses who have an awesome product and they spend a lot of money in marketing, but they're not able to sell. They are able to get customers, but they're not able to close. So I work with these small businesses. Primarily, I work with small businesses to improve their process cycle so that they can improve their bottom line. So that's called business coaching. And I'm an IT consultant because I have been in IT for the last 20 years, doing pretty much everything, a lot of stuff. So I am a tech consultant that companies engage for solving and planning various IT related issues or projects. Something like a IT architect for hardware, data center and software. So that's about me. I have set up data centers for MNCs and Singapore government. So a data center is a room where you have a lot of computers, servers and storage media to store data and network, and all of this infrastructure supports the running of your entire company. So you have thousands of employees, they send emails, they use intranet applications, they use web applications, they communicate with customers. So all of this is managed from the data center. So I have set up and managed data centers. So how does this impact you? So you are going to work with a guy who has touched pretty much everything. And I started my life at floppy disk, so you wouldn't even know about it probably if you're not as old as me. I started at a 5.25-inch floppy disk, so pretty much at the beginning of when computers started. And then I'm very, very tech savvy, very updated. So I've seen the whole cycle. Before the mobile era is when I got into computers, and now is when I'm still into it, right? So you rest assured that you're working with the right guy. Now, let us see what do I do in coaching my students. What is our process so that you understand how we get to it, right? So, we start with the introductory session, which is free, where I understand your background and needs, and then I and you take a decision whether it's a good idea for both of us to proceed. Because I do not believe in involving myself into things that I can't add value to. So I'm not in this for money. So that's very clear. I am in this to add value and at the same time earn money. Like I explained, if it's your passion, you need to earn money from your passion, right? Then you can have it as your career. Otherwise you can't. So I basically understand your background, understand where you are stuck, what's your problem, what is it that you're going to work on, what are your aspirations, and then I take a back foot and analyze. Sometimes I can tell you on the spot, on that very session, whether we should work together or not, whether we move forward or not. So that's what we do in the introductory session. So introductory session can be anything from 10-15 minutes to maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, right? So that's the max. So it's not a coaching session. It's just to understand you, basically. Next few sessions, we look at why are you finding it difficult to find the job of your dreams. So this is the problem, right? This problem may be due to your personal behavior or thinking patterns. This may be due to your attitude towards yourself, your career, the industry. This may be knowledge gap that you have. This may be confusion. This may be you're not prepared now. This may be you're completely prepared, you know everything, but you're not putting yourself in front of the right guys. This may be that the problem may also be that you are actually putting yourself in front of guys. You're giving interviews, but there is something wrong. So you're getting interview calls. That means your CV is right, probably, but you're not able to pass the interview. You're not able to convince people to offer you the job. Or if you're not a beginner, then this may be that you are actually working somewhere, people know you, but you yourself do not have a lot of confidence that you can add value, you can grow there. So we look at what is the problem and we then strategize how to attack it. Next, we see how to work towards achieving your ideal career and job role. the plan, right? So we look at the problem first, and then we create a plan to attack the problem and solve it. And we do not look at short-term solutions. We look at long-term solutions, but yes, we do short-term fixes. So you need short-term fixes so that you can get started, and then you still need to correct things and work on it in the long term. So where once I tell you what to do, you're on it on your own, and then I'll ping you here and there, kick you here and there, push you here and there, so that you don't lose track, right? Next, if you look at what kind of coaching is available, so coaching is available for every step of the plan to get top salary and to get your dream job. Every step. So including you want me to sit down with you and work on your CV and prepare a very good CV. Yeah, why not? You want to work on, can you look at the job portals and see what kind of jobs match for me? Yeah, why not? You want to say, let's find out what are my weaknesses. Let's find out what are my strengths and how can I project them. Let's see how can I present myself better. So every step coaching is available, but you do not need to take coaching for every step. So this is where I will tell you that for your case, because everybody has a different level of confidence, everybody has a different level of exposure. So after I work with you in a couple of sessions, I'll know, rather than the first 2-3 sessions, I'll know that what kind of person you are, where you stand in life, what's your background, how's your family, how are you moving, are you in the right direction? And then if I find that this is a person who can do things on his own, then I'll tell you these are the things that you do on your own, but you need to do. So we identify them together, and then you work on them. There are things that we will find out that you can't do on your own. You better work with me. There are things that you will absolutely not be able to do. So I must be involved. So I'll chart out those and then we go from there, right? But just for you to know that if you are looking for somebody to provide you help every step of the plan, that's possible, right? So these are the few steps that you will actually need to go through, right? Writing a killer CV, preparing yourself for the interview, shortlisting the right job, understanding which company will be best for you. This is called company analysis. So we do client analysis where we say, should I join Wipro in the first place, right? Because Wipro is well known to cite their clients and not their employees or things like this, whatever, right? So for every company, there's a different story. So which I will tell you when I work with you. And these stories are true stories. These are not my thinking. These are industry thinking. These are the reputation created by these companies by working in a given fashion with people, right? Then learning how you will build your network, because that's very, very important. Techniques to use after every interview. So you might be thinking now that, yeah, I will give an interview, but what is after interview? I don't do anything after interview. Yeah, that's a major mistake. Many people do that. They don't do anything after the interview, right? But when you do these things after the interview that I'll tell you, it makes you very, very successful. It makes you very, very confident. It makes you very, very prepared for the next interview, right? How to grow on your job. So all of these, right? I'll just come back to show you. So coaching is available for every step of the plan. So this is the process, right? So A is introductory session where we understand you, and B is next few sessions, the step 2 where we actually work on those things together. Now, do you want to get started now? Are you excited? After hearing all of this, I know it's been a long presentation and thanks for being with me. But the whole point of this webinar is to make you aware of the whole process and that there's help available and how you can use it. If you are excited to get started now, then good. Once you pay and book sessions with me, we get started immediately, which means we can get started this very week, right? My calendar of available time slots is available online for you to book. So you can book my calendar straight away after this webinar, but then the calendar will only allow limited bookings because I can actually have limited number of sessions per week. And of course, if 25 people go and book my calendar, priority will be given to those who have completed payment. So the process is that you pay and you book a session. You will pay online first and then book my sessions. So basically, I'll give you 2 links at the end of this webinar. and then you will actually use one of the link to pay for the introductory session. Well, not the introductory, but I'll explain shortly. The introductory session is free. So you pay for 2 sessions and the third one is bundled together. The introductory is bundled together. So you get 3 sessions for the price of 2. And then you will pay online first, and then you book my sessions, book my calendar. I accept those bookings and we are on. I'll give you the first phone call. I'll send you the email. I'll send you a WhatsApp, SMS, where we say how to now work together and when, right? I'll confirm your sessions after verifying the payment and we are on. So you buy 2 sessions, as I so said, and you get 1 session for free. So at this point, you might be thinking that, all of this looks good, but do I have any risk? Now, this is a very common question that comes to any person, right? Including myself. So let me answer this for you. This is a common question people ask me. They've asked me in the past, right? Hey, can I try first? What if I buy sessions and I don't like working with you? I don't understand what you say. We are not on the same plane. Not everybody can work together. So is there a way for me to get out of the relationship? Because I already paid, right? So the good answer is yes, there is. I understand all of this. I understand what you say and what you're thinking. And I also have told you repeatedly that I'm not interested to work if it doesn't work for you, right? So I'm not here to take your money, basically. So yes, you can try first. You will buy the 3 sessions, including the intro session, at a price of 2 sessions. So here is how it works. You pay for 2 sessions first. You get 3 sessions. The third one is intro. So you book my calendar. We get started on the intro. After the intro session, if you or me want to withdraw, I refund your money. Neat enough? Is that fair enough? So after the intro session, if I find that I can't add value for your case, or if you don't like or don't want to continue for any reason, so here is what I give you. I'm not going to ask you why, because it doesn't make sense, right? If you do not want something, then you do not want something. So why is not important to me. What's important to me is that you find me as a guy who can add value, who understands you, understands your situation, and probably has the solutions that you're looking for. So I put there, for any reason you do not want to continue, or I don't feel that we should continue, I'll also not give you any reason, and I'll refund your money 100%, right? So how do I refund your money? You basically pay me by a credit card and I refund money back to your credit card, right? So how much do I deduct? 0. I deduct nothing. Now, of course, all of you know that when we use credit card for processing, there are processing charges that the credit card levies on me, right? So I take all those charges. I take the loss because you did come to the webinar, you listened to this whole webinar, you put your interest, you tried, you trusted me, you tried me, you went through the intro sessions, and then you found out that this doesn't work, right? So I give you benefit of doubt there. Although if you imagine, if I get 100 people and 40 people walk out, I still spend 40 people multiplied by that half an hour of intro session for nothing. I earn nothing. Okay. But I hope in those sessions, for those 40 people, even in the intro session, I'm able to add clarity and value. I'm able to share my insights into what they're looking for in most of the cases, because I've seen so many situations and I'm running business for so many years, so many different type of businesses, and in that I have worked with about 4,000 students in Singapore alone, and these are not students of a given nationality. So in Singapore I have worked with the Chinese, the Indians, the Malays, the other nationalities. There are students who come from other countries to study here, right? So I have worked with such a diverse group of people, and I have worked in banking, I have worked in logistics, I have worked in manufacturing, semiconductor, telcos. So I have such a varied experience that for sure I'm able to add value even on the intro call, right? So that's all that I want, that okay, I actually helped this person 2 steps, but then for whatever reason me or he didn't decide to go further, right? But you can see that's such a draw on my time when people walk out or I decide not to take the case, right? So you get 100% of your money. So I'll issue you a full refund, no question asked. That's my personal guarantee. And you're not dealing with somebody on the street here. You're dealing with an established businessman in Singapore. And this guy is well known. If you Google for my name, Kamlesh Rajpal, you will have a few pages come on me. So the first 2-3 pages you can read a lot about me, right? So I run a business here. I am not somebody who can just overnight run away, right? And then the money that you're going to see now, that you're going to pay, is pathetic. It's nothing, okay? So it's not something. I'm not going to ask you to pay me $1,000 so I take your money and run away, right? Although, thanks to God, 1,000 is nothing for me at the moment. So I'll issue you a full refund. So I've taken all the risk on me, like you see, right? You have completely zero risk, and I mean it. Okay. So for those who still have questions before purchasing the 2 sessions that I'm talking about, send them to me on this email ID. It's coach, COACH, coach at coreinfotech.com, or my short name is Raj, so you can also send it to me on Raj at coreinfotech.com. That's my company. Okay. And I'll answer them promptly so that you can then go ahead and purchase the sessions. Although one thing is, yeah, you buy 2 sessions and you get the intro session free. So I'll call you for all the telephonic sessions, because all the sessions will be telephonic. So how I call people? I call people on WhatsApp, I call people on Facebook, I call people on regular mobile phones, telephone lines, landlines, whatever, right? And I pay all the telephone bills. So all of that expense of time and money and resources and knowledge is on my side. All that is there on your side is a fixed price per session, to which you're going to get a great discount today anyway because you participated in the webinar. So I want to pay forward to people who actually participate in this webinar. So I pay the phone bill, right? I foot the bill. So you have 100% satisfaction guaranteed out of my sessions, and you also have a money back guarantee, right? So what's your total cost? Let's analyze your total cost, right? So all coaching sessions are run on the phone via WhatsApp, Skype, or Facebook calls, or telephonic calls where the above are not available, like I explained. I pay the phone bill. Yeah, I already said that. And you have no other cost or hidden fees except what you pay me for the sessions. Now, after the intro session, after your first session, you still want to withdraw, right? So you paid me for 2 sessions, and after the first session you still want to withdraw, and you say, well, the intro session was great, but after the first session I do not feel comfortable moving forward, so I would like to take a step back, and can you refund me money for that 1 session that I paid? Yes, I'll go and refund you. I am not interested to hold people's money when they are not going to work with me because of whatever reason, right? So they should find amazing value working with me. Otherwise, I'm completely okay to refund you the money. But this only applies for the first 2 sessions that you're going to buy. After working with me, there are people who actually want a discount, so they actually purchase 2-3 sessions in advance, and then they use these sessions over a period of 6 months, 8 months. In that case, once you are working with me on a regular basis, I do not offer any refund. I say that you come back to me whenever you need in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, right? So you keep that. Now, why do I do that? Because the price of the session may go higher. It's business, right? It's normal business. So when you have already paid a lower price and bought a session, it doesn't make sense to take a refund and then you come back in the future and pay higher now, right? And any point of time, I don't sell 10 sessions to people because I do not even have so much time. So I have very limited time. I take limited number of sessions per week, and then I just ask people to buy 2 to 4 sessions ahead. Even for those who want to buy a lot, I tell them 4 to 5 sessions, that's the max, right? So you want to buy more than 5 sessions, then I do not even encourage that, right? So you will never have your money stuck with me, okay? And you will sure have a lot of questions once you start on your career path to be answered by me. So everything else is my cost, like you saw. And heck, I even pay the credit card processing charges, like I said, right? So if for any reason you ask for a full refund after the first intro session, I still lose because I lost time and I lost credit card processing fee. So I have made it 100% risk free for you. Go ahead today and buy with full confidence, because the price that you're going to get today will not be available later when you come back, right? So let's see how much does it cost now. Now, this beautiful lady is you, okay? So if you are a guy, just assume yourself there, right? Let's look at what this lady has. So you can see that she actually has a concept and she has some details about it. And she says, no, I will fail, and then I will put a strategy there, and then I can look at 45% in my sale, and then I can put something in my marketing. I have options A, B, and C. I get success. I am storing or loading my data to server. I'm doing stuff. So you can see this lady has a plan, right? Now this is you. So after working with me, when you have a very clear strategy and plan for your career, you're already working on it. You're already achieving success that you dreamt of step by step. What is the price of that? What should be the price of that clarity that you get by working with someone in your career? It's priceless. Believe me, it's priceless. You can't put a price tag on that. You can't put a price tag to say how my guru helped me and how my life was made because of that, and then I paid him money for it, and then that money is why he worked with me, right? So that is not how it works. At the same time, you reap what you sow. What do we mean by this? We mean that there are people who might think, like I said in the beginning of this webinar, no such career coaching. What are you talking about? We're going to pay somebody for it, right? So there are people who always do not believe in paying an expert for his services and getting a fast track in life, right? When you pay somebody and you have this hand holding with you, you are on the fast track. You're not on the normal track anymore. So how I wish I would have had this opportunity when I started off and even mid-career to go on this fast track. Then I don't need to break my head thinking of things. I don't need to break my head doing mistakes, taking years to recuperate from those mistakes, making losses on the way, losing my confidence, people telling me rubbish. So you reap what you sow. So you invest in your career and definitely you get results, right? So let's see how much it costs. So what should be the cost of coaching if it results in a successful career? So think about this for a second. So that's the next you, right? Completely confident. This lady looks as if she's handling a meeting here, fully confident, happy in her career, and she is in control. So what should be the price of coaching if it can put you in this kind of situation where you are in control? You control what happens to you. Things don't happen to you. Like I said, it's priceless. Okay. So now that we understand coaching is priceless, let's go and see what's the price. So this is the other question people do ask me, right, on the intro session. So I'm going to answer it here. They ask me, so will I be successful? You know, I buy your sessions, I work with you maybe after 5 sessions, right? I paid you, I heard everything you said, I did stuff that you asked me to do, I did change my mindset a bit, I actually tried things. Will this really work for me? Will I become successful, right? Now, the answer to that is you. It's not me. Nobody can go and guarantee you that he will change your life, right? You will change your life. The guy will guide you. So if you are a football coach, you coach the guy about the common mistakes he makes. You coach the guy about the opportunities that he doesn't see. You coach the guy, how should he control his temper, how should he control his anger, how should he make the best of him. But on the field, it's the guy who performs, right? The coach can stand at the side and keep shouting and yelling, but it's the guy who performs. So definitely you will own your own success. So that is why I say it depends on you. If you're going to listen to everything I say and not do anything about it, if you're going to buy 2-3 sessions and then not work on what I said and never talk to me again, then will you be successful? That time has to tell. That you should know the answer. So you have to work on things. When we teach in training and coaching, we give assignments, we give work. The person has to do the work. Of course, it's not book work, it's not boring, right? But there's a lot of things that we do together, and then you have to take ownership of it. You can't look at people spoon feeding you in your career and saying that you are responsible to make my career, not me. That's wrong. Okay, that's the wrong attitude in the first place. So I hope I've answered that. Now, all prices that I'm going to show you are in Singapore dollars, and here is what you pay. So you pay $200 for one session. If you're a mid-career or a career change is what you're looking for, and you pay $150 for one session if you're a fresh grad or a college grad or somebody who wants guidance on what to pick up in my college as my next subject, which subject should I give more importance if I want that as my career, right? Now, why is that? Typically because when you're a college student, you are very, very fresh in your mind. You are willing to receive ideas. You are listening and doing. You are enthusiastic, you are energetic. So this has less work on the coach side to work with you on an emotional level. The coach actually works with you on a career level straight. But when you are mid-career, when you are looking at a career change, the amount of confusion is high. So a good coach will never convince you, right? A good coach will put facts in front of you. So the coach has a lot of work to go and prepare those facts, to the study. So mind you, this money that you pay is not about the time spent. So every coaching session is half an hour. So this is not the money that you're paying for just that half an hour. After that session, the coach, that is me, has to go and do research, find out what are good colleges, what are good jobs in your area, what are good companies, what are the job descriptions like, what is it that you're lacking, how can we fulfill that. So there's a lot of offline work the coach also does, and you pay zero for that. So this includes the charge, the money for the offline work as long and the half an hour of coaching session on phone with you, right? But however, for participants of this webinar, I have made it special, right? So I have come up with an offer which is only valid today. So you put your credit card on the line, take it out from your wallet, buy this today, and you get the best price I have ever to offer. Otherwise, you go back to this normal pricing. All right. So you do not pay me 200. You do not pay me 150. I don't care if you're a fresh grad or you're a mid-career or you're talking about a career change. I want to treat everybody equal for today and say, if you are willing to work with me, then I take you on a cheaper rate, which is same for all of you. And that rate is this: $100 only for 2 sessions and a third intro session free. So you see, it's just $50 for a half an hour telephonic coaching session plus the additional work that I need to do. And that's how cheap I can go. So that's the cheapest that I've actually provided. So I really want you to grab this opportunity, quickly put the $100, use the link that I give you, which is this. That's the link to set appointment with me, and that's the link to pay me. So when you type that in your browser, https://paypal.me/core-infotech/100sgd, it asks for your credit card, you put in your details, and it will show you a successful page after your payment is done through, but you will need to have a PayPal account. So if you don't have, you have to create an account, which is pretty simple. And after you have done that, you should go to this coinfotechptltd.setmore.com, and that shows you my calendar, and you book your time with me, right? So those are the 2 steps, and the cost today is just $100 for the 3 sessions. Now keep in mind that I take only limited sessions every week because I want to add quality. I do not want to do 25 sessions in a week and then I'm super drained and I have no time to do anything else or proper research. So that's not my style, right? Like I've repeatedly said, I have to add value. I have to perform much more than what you're paying me for this relationship to work, for me to feel happy about it, right? So I only take 10 new sessions per week, and I'm doing this right now. So I was not opening up my sessions because I had existing clients. Now that I've opened, I will keep it open until I have my calendar which is decently half full, and then I'll stop taking new sessions, right? So this is what you have right now, the opportunity, and you should go and take it, right? Now, I know you want more, okay, after listening to me for so long. So here is a warning for you. If you have lack of confidence right now, when you work with me, this is what you become. You rate very high in confidence. So I guarantee you that I will pull your confidence to a level that you've never seen before. And I'm pretty good at that, right? I'm good at my job. So working with me, it will be, you will have the pressure, right? But this is the pressure that you need to be perfect. If when a butterfly comes out from the cocoon, it's a lot of pressure. But if you cut open the cocoon to let the butterfly out, it dies because you did not give him chance to squeeze out of the cocoon and in the process squeeze out all the water from its wings. So yes, you'll have pressure working with me, but you'll reach your goal and be extremely happy working with me. So believe me, coaching is priceless, and these are the 2 links again for you to go and take action. Finally, work with me and we'll change your life. For sure, you and me together will change your life. So you have to start now. And I say again, I have limited slots. Book quickly and you will be served on first come, first serve basis. So here I end my presentation, and I'm going to show you as the last part screens that you will see when you go to those screens. So here, this is the screen that you go to when you go to my PayPal link. So that's the PayPal link I told you, and this is how you see. So you click next and then you log in with your PayPal account and put details of a credit card. And this is the screen that you see on your, when you go to the link to set appointments. So you can use both of these links on your mobile, any mobile device, because it's completely mobile friendly, and you can make payment on your mobile or even on your PC or desktop. So when you go in, you have to book this. This is for you, right? For the participants of this webinar. So these other stuff are for my other consulting students. So once you click this here, then it actually tells you, it will show you my calendar, and then you can go and book. So you click my name and it actually reads up my calendar and will show you the time slots that I am available, and you book those time slots, right? So right now this is unconfigured, so it just shows you like everything, but when you go to the actual one, like actually show you the time slots that I am available, right? So book your time slot and we go from there. All right. So thank you very much for attending today's webinar, and I believe, I feel it has been helpful to you. Thanks a lot. See you.